we are the essence of love. So if you're focusing on negative, you're going to see more negative. We're powerful. We are the magic. We are so divine and we don't even realize. It's like we've almost like outsmarted ourselves. Think about your body, right? You take away food, you take away something, you cut yourself, it heals itself.
Dile a toda la gente, THC está presente. Que sigan todos los buenos que latinos representen. Es evidente, el ambiente está caliente. No te confunda, eso es bueno que lo sientes. Residente de Miami, así que papo no invente. Te va a salir caro ir en...
You already know what it is, man. You be the UnderBoss, the apex. I got the one and only Virgo Goddess with me. Eunice is here. And Fuego Talk is back with a very special invited guest. We have Vanessa.
Hey.
Welcome to Fuego Talk.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh, dude.
I should do the Joe always does the Vanessa. Hey. Yes. So, Vanessa, we like to get right into it on Fuego Talk.
Dímelo,
and I went on your page and I saw you got like a lot of like dope positions and things that you do. Like it's incredible what you're doing.
Thank you.
And like we were talking before we started filming, and what is it? What is the triple M for?
MMM is movement, medicine, and meditation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Movement, medicine, and meditation.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Goes right along with THC.
Yeah, it does, right? Kind of. Are you THC friendly? Is that like a THC friendly movement?
THC friendly. Movement. Get me behind the scene.
No, go ahead.
Movement, medicine, meditation. I don't know if it's THC friendly, if we're talking about the same THC here.
Right.
But I am into like holistic healing and all natural ways of healing. Yes. Right. Definitely the herbs.
Definitely. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Definitely. No, that's what I because I'm definitely into the herbs as well.
Yes.
The THC has been my brand from 30 years plus already.
Qué lindo, yeah. Medicina,
Before it was cool and before it was before it was mainstream and it was like a fashion, como se dice, like a hip thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We THC was our brand, you know what I mean?
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
It is an herb, Santa Maria.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, absolutely. Yes.
Absolutely. So, can we talk a little bit about where you come from and where you started? Because you said you're Cuban,
your background.
No? Yes, I'm Cuban.
Cuban, but born here in the States.
Born in the States, yeah.
To the Cubans, we're not Cubans. You know that, right?
I know.
Because I'm the same way. I'm like, oye, soy cubano. And then the Cubans go, ¿dónde tú naciste?
¿Cuánto tiempo?
Not Cuban enough.
Yeah, ¿cuánto tiempo hace que viniste de Cuba? No, yo nací en Chicago. Ah, tú eres gringo, tú eres Yuma. Tú eres Yuma.
No, but
so we're like Yumas to them, you know what I'm saying?
But I mean, in the roots is like the DNA is definitely in the Caribbean side.
Facts.
Yeah. Born in New York, raised in Miami my whole life, but parents from Havana, Cuba.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What part of New York?
It's very close to Portchester, like White Plains, kind of.
Okay. White Plains. Wow, I had my mom's cousin Yu Ying lived in White Plains. And when I was a kid, we went up there like 10 or 11, like in the middle, like the height of the breakdancing stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like, one block off of White Plains in the South Bronx. And it was just crazy.
It's cool. New York is its own vibe. It's a vibe. I love it. I've traveled there for work for a little. I can be there for like a week and then I'm like, all right, I got to ride out. I got to go back to Miami, go to the tropics. Let's go.
Me too. No, me too. Yeah. I love it. I love it for a little bit, like for a week or whatever. Work on some music. It's a great vibe. Yeah. But then I got to get back. I feel claustrophobic when I'm there.
It's a lot of energy. A lot of people, like good-hearted people, but it's just a lot.
Yes. But shouts to New York, man. I do love New York.
Definitely.
The Big Apple. Never sleeps.
Yeah.
So you came down here obviously when you were a baby, no? Like
when
you're very young.
A baby, yeah. So I've kind of been raised here.
Yeah. So you're a Miami girl.
Miami
girl. You're 305.
Miami girl, but not Miami girl.
Yeah, so it's like me, because I've always repped like the 305. So when people say, "Oh, well, you were born," I was born in Chicago. They're like, "What, for real?" They freak out. They're like, yeah. Because imagine, Miami people, we're so proud.
We're so proud.
Miami. You know what I mean?
And those you don't realize, but it's like I didn't realize I had a Miami accent until somebody's like, "Where are you from?" I'm like,
when you go somewhere else.
Yeah. I'm like,
what do you mean, bro?
Yeah, bro, what? Like, oh, Miami. I guess it sounds Miami. Right. Yeah.
So what part of Miami did you grow up in?
Pretty much like Miami. I've lived all the way from Kendall for a little. I lived a lot of times on the beach. I grew up in like Miami Lakes, Hialeah. That's where I went to school.
Okay, so you're from my hood. From my neck of the woods.
Yeah, and then I lived up in Aventura, San Diego, so kind of like all over. But my majority of like my childhood and growing up was Miami Lakes, Hialeah. So Hialeah, yo.
That's what's up.
Shout out Hialeah.
Hialeah is my stomping ground.
Yeah.
That's where we from. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's a beautiful thing, man. So how'd you get into this whole thing of this healing and all this stuff?
Yeah, you gotta talk to us about all of that and the yoga.
When did this begin?
So wild. So the MMM is Vanessa. MMM is my Instagram name, and I kind of stuck with that for a while. And it is movement, medicine, meditation. But I also have the play on words. It's Vanessa _ life is amazing because it brought me to this place, man, where I see now life through those eyes of like, wow, life is beautiful.
Positivity.
And it's like,
energy.
it's always working in your favor. And if you can actually change the filter and like see it and be like, wow, everything is perfect as is. Everything is neutral to our mind that likes to tell us it's not.
Absolutely.
It like changes, man. And so the MMM is like, every time someone asks me, I'm like, Vanessa, they're like, what's the like, life is amazing. They're like, wow, like, yeah, reaffirm that to yourself. Life is amazing.
Yeah.
But I kind of got into it. It's almost like it found me. I was into health and wellness for a while, but I was very into like the superficial side, I guess you could say. I was kind of like searching for like the perfect body, and I really wanted to do these weights and this workout. The aesthetics for it, yeah. And I felt like I had this goal, and I achieved my goal, and I did everything physically, the aesthetic wise, like I got it. And it was crazy, you know, to like get this body that I wanted and do this. And I was even in competing, and you know, it took such a toll on me. And I realized like I was doing it for so long that I was essentially doing things that were like abusing my body, like the diets that I was having, the type of training I was doing, and it was like I didn't even care. I was like, I'm just doing it. Like I want this goal. Like I want to do this. And until, I don't know, like one moment I just like stepped back after like losing a show, and I'm like, what am I doing to myself? Right. And then after that, I kind of left like the competing, and I realized that I was super off balance from just doing a bunch of weights and like focusing on this. And I was totally disconnected from like my essence, my spirituality, and like other like actual mental health and like well-being, because it looked like I was in shape and I was healthy, but I was totally not.
Right. So when you're saying aesthetics, you're saying like bodybuilding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was your focus.
Yes.
So that's what you were doing, competing, like bodybuilding competition.
Competing.
Wow, that's crazy.
I got like super into it.
So you're saying you weren't healthy. You were looking incredible and competing in these competitions, but you weren't healthy. You weren't actually healthy.
Absolutely not.
So would you say it's because the pursuit of perfection is like just like more self-destructive than anything?
I mean, yeah, and I feel like we have this idea of perfection, right, as humans, and it's like perfection actually is an illusion of our mind, because, right, let's say that there is a perfection. If there is something that is perfect, it would be what? Nature, right? Because it's already here and it's perfect. Right. It would be the galaxies in the universe, because that's created in such divinity that if anything is perfect, is that.
The true God, yeah.
And when you look at it, does the jungle have like every tree in line? The galaxies, like every star is exactly
every leaf
the same.
is the same.
Absolutely.
Like
everything's a mess. Like there's a bunch of trees everywhere. The galaxies and the stars are all over the place.
But it's a beautiful mess, though.
Exactly. So it's like,
it's like a beautiful, it's like a beautiful work of art that just happens to work.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So it's like when we have that false illusion of like, oh my God, I want perfect. Like you're actually searching for something that isn't even real. Yeah. And it's like it's like this concept of our mind of like never being enough. Like I need more. Facts. And that's like the ego, like our mind is like always constantly craving and thinking that we're not enough and we need more. Absolutely. And actually less is more. Like we are already a perfect being as is. And we don't even need
deep,
like
guys.
Take notes.
Anything else. I
tell you guys, we're giving you guys jewels. These girls are coming on here and giving you guys jewels. Yes. These women. What did you just say?
Much
less is more.
Great.
Less is more in the sense
bro.
And it's like to every single way. It's like less is more. You're a perfect being. Like think about your body, right? You take away food, you take away something, you cut yourself, it heals itself. Like we are so divine and we don't even realize. It's like we've almost like outsmarted ourselves.
Absolutely.
That we've like dumbed down because we've outsmarted ourselves. So it's like pull back and
going
like,
too fast, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we all need to hear that as human beings.
Yep.
But in particular, the young ladies. I think the young ladies have a problem with this whole social media thing, and
yeah.
It's so much pressure.
It's like what
pressure.
do they call it? Like a distortion.
Like
body dysmorphia.
Yeah, body dysmorphia. Yes.
Girl, man, I had that so bad. Woo.
That's what I'm saying, and it's like it's so unnecessary, bro.
It's so unnecessary.
Like I was telling you, like I feel like every woman has beauty to her. Like, yeah,
absolutely,
that's what I'm saying. Every woman has something beautiful about her.
Yes.
Don't make it like
that's the beauty of women within itself. Yeah. There's so many things that are beautiful
that's
about
what
a
makes
woman.
That's what I'm saying. That's what makes women beautiful.
Yes.
Every woman is unique in her own way, in her own, you know.
Is that essence that you like carry.
What is this cookie cutter thing where you gotta be like, Marilyn Monroe or Kim Kardashian, or you gotta
like everyone has the same face.
Yes, it's crazy.
At all.
It's crazy. And that
the same face and the same body.
It's like all these little Barbies. Yeah.
Yeah, right, bro.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna be
I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of that.
No, same me either. And I feel like if I was a man, I wouldn't be a fan of that either. But that's just me.
Right.
But yeah, man, when I was competing, I had major body dysmorphia, and it goes to say about knowing that you're beautiful and like it's the confidence, right? Like I was working at this for 5 years, man. And if you looked at me, I looked like a little action figure. Like my body was like perfect, right? Perfect.
You look perfect now.
Thank you so much. I feel perfect now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you look like so healthy and so.
Thank you. But
I can't imagine back then.
It's wild. I mean, I was super lean, but to say, right? So many of people around me, they're like, "Oh my God, you look amazing. You're gonna win." And it didn't matter. And this is the whole thing. Like I kept searching for more, doing more to my body, and then I would go on stage and like try to walk across and like I want to win, and I didn't feel it. Like no matter what I look like, it wasn't here. Like this didn't feel like I was good enough. Still didn't matter how much I did on the outside. Right. My inside was not clean. Right. It was not like looking at the true beauty. So the judges essentially could feel my essence, right?
That,
so it has nothing to do with what you look like. You could be the most physically beautiful woman and your energy doesn't like show confidence. Like you're not gonna stand out. You're not gonna show. And a woman that's maybe like, oh, maybe she's like not in as shape as this woman or whatever, and she comes into a room, it's like, damn, like is your energy that presents, and that's where the beauty is. So now, I'm like not as lean as I was, but I feel amazing. Like I feel the best that I ever have, and it's like about the energy that you carry.
You look amazing. You're glowing. You're radiating. Everything. Like I feel like everything is in place now.
Beautiful.
Right?
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yes, I love it.
But just to tell those women, man, like whatever your body is, whatever you look like, you are a queen. Like you are so beautiful, and it is just like knowing that inside, man. And when you show up for yourself and do things for you, and you start to like exude that energy, is like a devotional practice to self, and whatever that is, do something for you every single day, even if it's 5 minutes, just to talk to yourself in the mirror like, damn, goddess, oof, you're amazing. Like you got to be your biggest fan, and when that is amplified, nobody outside of you is going to rock you from your center, because you are showing up for you, and then nobody could take that from you. It's
that's
like,
beautiful.
That's the essence.
That's beautiful, man. This is what I tell you guys.
Affirmations,
man. Take notes,
daily positive self-talk, all of that really works, guys.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, totally.
Put straighten out.
Can you guys hear me though?
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Check it again.
Can you guys hear me good?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay. You're good. You're coming through great. But this is awesome, man. So when did this start? Did this start like what, like in high school type, or this was after? Like when were you doing the bodybuilding? Like
I was in the bodybuilding after high school. In high school and in college, I danced. I was a dancer. And so music and movement, like that was my flow, like my vibe. I actually use dance as a meditation now, which is amazing.
So that's the origins of all this stuff. The dancing, were you like dance line cheerleader?
It was a dance line, yeah. And then I did dance team in college as well. I did like performances. We played, we danced at games. So it was that whole vibe. It was choreography. It was beautiful. I loved it. After that, I was like kind of, in shape, but I really was like, I want a specific body. Like I want to have muscle. I want to be shredded, whatever. Right. So after that is when I kind of searched out like real fitness and weights. And then I found it, and I was able to really transform my body. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm super powerful. Like what else can I do? So I really got addicted to it in that way. And at first, when I started competing, the first 2 years, it was super fun. Like I was really enjoying it. I had a lot of fun. I won a bunch of trophies. Like I actually won like the overall. Somewhere was a huge trophy. It was like my first show. I was like, oh my God, because the essence was, wow, this is so fun. I'm having a great time. And there was a moment that it shifted for me where it didn't feel fun anymore. And I felt like I was like chasing something, and I was forcing it, and I was like trying. And then I just kept doing things, not because I was loving it. It was coming from a place.
Obsessive, like an obsessive type of thing.
And that's where it shifted. And again, it was like, because I shifted, the results of winning and not winning also shifted. Like at first, when it was doing it for fun, I was winning and it was great. And then when it shifted for me, searching, and I don't know if it was the pressure of other competitors or whatever, like the media, that I was like, oh, I'm not good enough, I need to do all these things, and like
everything, all of that combined,
all of it, and it really, like, man, my mental health, I didn't know it then, was so bad, man. Like my relationship with food, my relationship with my body, like everything was just totally backwards, and it is now. And it took me like a while to like rebuild that relationship. Even the relationship with the gym, for a while I was like, I don't even want to go to the gym. Like, oh my God, it was so bad. I didn't even want to eat fish. I'm like, I need a break from everything. So
how long did you take the break for?
I think it was like a year maybe, that I kind of was like, I'm just doing whatever, and I didn't really like go to the gym, because I would go and I was like, I can't be here. So I kind of like took that break, and I waited to kind of feel like I want to fall in love with training again. But after the bodybuilding, I kind of found, or like I said, yoga found me. It was 2016 I stopped bodybuilding. It was in 2018 that I had I got my yoga certification, but I had my first like mystical experience in 2018. I was in a relationship at the time that wasn't really serving me, and I didn't realize it. I was my throat chakra was closed. Like I was so like not ready to be in a relationship and to be married, and I kind of didn't know how to speak that.
You were married?
I was married. This person, and we're friends now, which is great. But I got married, and I got married almost like I felt pressured, but it was not him. It was me not being able to speak my truth. So that kind of catapulted me into my spiritual awakening of like being able to step fully into my power where I was not in that. So in 2018, it was like right before we got married, and I kind of knew that I was like, this is not aligned. Like, we shouldn't be married. I just don't know how to speak. I couldn't communicate. I couldn't speak my truth. I felt very shut down.
Did you feel trapped in that situation?
I did feel trapped, yeah. And it was, again, it wasn't even him, right? It was you putting the pressure on yourself, kind of, right? Right, and it was all these patterns. And this is kind of where it led me to teach and do what I do now. Like, I realized how I was showing up with my partner was, right, I'm a woman, and he's the masculine. So how I was receiving the masculine energy directly correlated on my relationship with my own masculine energy, which came from my masculine energy relationship from my father, which was the origin, which was kind of like wishy-washy. And then I kind of saw how it correlated, and I attracted the same kind of partner or male energy because it was reflecting my male energy within. And, you know, again, he came to serve me. Because of this relationship, I was able to kind of totally see where I was not stepping and being in my power to now being in that space.
Wow. Mental health is a very, very critical issue nowadays.
Yeah, it is.
Were you able to work this out yourself, or did you go to therapy, like professional therapy?
So in 2018, I was at, we were kind of like separated for a minute, and I was at my friend's place. And I remember just being in my head, and I was like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing. This is like, I know this isn't right, and I can't say it. I don't know. I feel stuck. You know, we were all in those places where we felt stuck and like, I don't know. I just like, oh, you can't speak, right? My throat chakra was closed. And so I remember I was at my friend's apartment, and I was journaling, and I was just like crying, and I was in the deepest emotional like breakdown with myself. And that, when you're in that energy, man, of like the deepest emotion, that shit sets you free. Like, to let yourself feel it and be in it and hold space for yourself frees you from that. So I was journaling, and I was writing like a letter, right? Essentially it was to him, but it ended up being to myself. And it was expressing like my heart and how much love I have in here and what I want to give. And I remember reading the journal entry, and when I finished reading it, I just like went, and I started crying. And in that moment, I felt, this was my mystical experience, like somebody cracked an egg on my head, and it felt like just this water coming over my body, and it was like a rush of like the most unconditional love that I was like, oh my gosh. And I felt like so light and so free, and I felt like the most beautiful presence.
Was that God?
I feel that it was God and angels, just like finally, like, we need to step in because this girl is like at her like end, and it was like asking for that help. And I feel like God and the angels came to like hug me and hold me and like show me like, you are this and you're held. Like, don't worry, baby girl, you're good.
So dope.
And then after that, I was like, oh wow, it totally. I remember I grew up in a really strict religion, so when that happened, I was like, oh my God, like, what is this? I don't even know what happened. And I kept praying, right, and asking, like, please show me, like, if this is like real. If it's not, show me the religion that's true. Like, I don't know.
What strict religion did you grow up in? Can I ask?
I grew up as Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's so crazy. That's the New World Translation.
Oh yeah?
That's crazy.
Okay, cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah. My mom is Jehovah's Witness still, so is my dad. But everybody else in my family is like not. And I don't, like, with religion, right, I always feel like if you're doing something and it's making you happy and you're helping people, like, go for it. That is your thing. Whatever. Absolutely. If you want to do a religion, do it. Like, absolutely. Whatever it is. I identify myself more spiritual than religious. But
that's crazy.
The Bible.
It's funny you say that. I always say the same thing.
Yeah, but it's crazy because the Bible, you know, how we were taught or how I was taught was always like reading the Bible, but it was something like outside of you. And now coming into as an adult, right, and like reading books and hearing podcasts and hearing all these spiritual teachers and how they they relate to the Bible and they refer to these Bible texts and how they describe it and implement it. I'm like, this makes so much sense now. It has nothing to do with outside of you. It is you. It's everything within you. Right. And now it's like, wow, this makes so much more sense to me, because I had this block always of like the Bible. I don't know. This is like weird. And now seeing it is like, we are it. We are the vessel.
Why do you say the Bible is weird? Why?
Because I've always, like in a religion, I was always like, okay, God is love. Like there's a lot of things that make sense, but then things that wouldn't make sense. I'm like, this is, and then
like with the witnesses you're saying? Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
Like what, for example?
Like, for example, okay, God doesn't like violence, right? God doesn't call war. And then it's like, oh, but God called war for this. I'm like, but I thought you said that he doesn't like believe in violence. Like, why is he going to call war for something that? So it's that, right? And then also
his people had to defend themselves at a certain point.
For sure.
Certain points. Remember, they were enslaved a lot.
Yes. So, yeah. Yeah. And then
anything else?
I think it was more also like with a family that really like hit me. Yeah. Like God is love, and I there were certain things that always stuck with me as a kid. Like God is love. God knows the heart of every human. And I really like feel that. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And if anything, if God were ever to ask me like, hey, why did you do this? I have no guilt, no shame. Like, this is why I followed my heart. This is what it led me. Right. But I remember as a kid, and it was really hard for me growing up, right? Like, we didn't celebrate birthdays. And I remember my cousin, especially, I was really close with her. It was me, my sister, and my cousin. My cousin wasn't in the religion, so she celebrated birthdays. And I remember it was quinceañera, 15s, right? Of course. And she was like my best friend. It was me, my cousin, and my sister. And for her birthday, I remember going to her house, and they were all getting ready, like doing their nails. And I did it with her, but I couldn't go like to her party. And I was like crying, and I was like, how, this is so messed up. Like, I don't believe that God would not want you to be with your family that are like good people. And like, I get the religion, like, you're not in this religion, okay, but you're a good fucking person. Like, why can't I associate with you? This doesn't make sense.
It's tough for kids to understand.
For sure. So like,
especially the birthdays and the holidays and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel really affected about like, oh, birthdays, I don't celebrate, like whatever. It was more about like not being able to engage with people that I could feel are good humans just because they're not in this religion, And I'm like, but I think you're supposed to accept all, right? Like everything that exists is God. Like He's created everything, or it is everything. It is within us, without us, and passing through us.
Well, Jesus hung with the hardcore. With Mary Magdalene was,
Yeah,
she
exactly.
Peter, these guys were gangsters. These guys weren't just regular Joes.
Yes,
these kids were, and He was able to keep everybody,
Yeah, man. I think Jesus is like He was just the epitome of like the most enlightened being. And I think He is a representation of what every human is. And He was like showing us like, it's not just me. Like,
or what every human should strive to be, right?
Yeah. But I think I truly believe every human, like to say that Jesus Christ is the only Son of God. I feel like Jesus Christ is a Son of God. And I feel like we're all children of God. And I feel like He was the epitome of what we are. Like, we are that. We just can't see it. Like, we're like blinded by our mind, by like the ego, by all this 3-dimensional realm. Like at the essence of our being, we are that. And we have just
got lost in
the
world.
A species with amnesia. Like, we forgot that we are divine perfection at our cellular level. Like, it's beautiful. We're made in that image, right?
We're beautiful, yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredible. We're the most complex creation on this planet.
Absolutely.
Bar none, we are. The human is the most complex thing.
It's so
complex
beautiful.
Computer, complex system. It's the most complex organism on this planet.
Yes. Somebody asked me the other day, like, what fascinates you? I'm like, actually, humans and our minds. That's what fascinates me.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It is incredible. And like how we can change our realities, how we can change ourselves, like our perceptions. Like, it's insane. It's beautiful. Yeah. We are absolutely amazing and such beautiful creations.
Yeah, no, I loved the way you put it, because you were saying something about how we are God, or like we can be God, right? Like we can be God-like, and it's very true. I mean, people are always like, oh, the aliens built the pyramids. This is like, what do you mean, bro? You don't think we're capable of, like, come on, look at the buildings that we build nowadays. Like, come on. Oh, of course, because we got all this modern stuff, but it's like
the guys are still climbing.
Yeah, come on, man, come on. I mean,
there was people climbing back then, and there's people climbing now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. I feel like as humans, we have infinite potential.
Yes,
infinite potential.
And we are infinite. We are infinite, and it's like we have these bodies that appear to be physical, but when you break it down to like a scientific level, we are 99.999999% empty space with a very small fraction of matter. So when you look through a microscope, it's energy just moving. Just energy just moving.
She's breaking it down, boy. She came ready with the facts.
But it's just like because I know this, or because science is this, when you mix in science with spirituality and medicine, it's like, oh my gosh, like this makes sense. It's getting at all angles. So to say, right, like, also, again, if at a molecular level we're mostly energy, we know a fact that energy is never created or destroyed. It's just transferred.
Absolutely.
So it's already, everything's here already. So
absolutely,
it's like learning that, and learning that the essence of divinity that's in all life, in humans, in nature, in animals, it's also in us. And that creation of life is what? God. So it's always here. It's always here. Are we able to focus on it?
Well, they say that's the Holy Spirit, no?
El Espíritu Santo. Yeah. Absolutely.
So, man, this is, wow. This is
it got deep quick.
The Virgo Goddess said it. This is going to be a good podcast.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, Vanessa came with it.
I can go down that rabbit hole, like, real deep.
Yeah, no, I don't want to take you too deep down that rabbit hole. But I just wanted to get a little bit of background on your spirituality and stuff, because I just sensed it in you, like, you know.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think also, you know, I am very big into meditation, and I teach a lot of meditation. I teach different types of movements. I teach, like, yoga, HIIT classes, dance. But meditation really gets me because, like we said, we're these cool human bodies, and our minds, man, are powerful, and a lot of us walk around identifying with this mind of like, I'm this and I'm that and I need this, and it's like it's this repeating
ego, right?
It's like this repeating cycle.
I always say there's like a correlation between meditation and prayer.
I
love meditating. Like, now that I'm an old man, I've been meditating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like 20 minutes a day.
All of those things, you have to have an open mind, like,
yes,
to
absolutely
get into a lot of those things.
Right. That's what I'm saying, because I never did it before when I was younger. I would always be like, I'm running 100 miles per hour. So I'm like, no. But now that I'm older, I'm
you
like,
have to stop
sit
and
down,
think,
relax, chill. Yeah, and I have like the ability to do it. You know, when I was younger, my kids were born when I was 20. So we had, I had babies.
Sure.
So it's kind of hard to, meditate.
I know,
and
it's a different time, dude.
Yeah, it was totally different time. So it's like now I'm actually able to find the peace and the space.
That's so good.
Yeah, and the time to do it, and it's incredible. Like, I do it early in the mornings, and then it just clarifies everything that I gotta do throughout the day.
Yeah.
And then I do it late at night, like right before I go to bed. I'll do it again. You know what I mean?
That's like primal times for the mind.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's how you begin to like reframe your like neutral state.
And it's crazy. Yeah, it like clarifies so many things. Like right after I'm done, I'm like, I gotta like write down things.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's
that's
crazy.
So great. That's so good.
It's really good. Yeah, it's really good. So what would you say is the correlation between meditation and prayer? Like, does it work the same? Because it kind of feels the same to me.
Right.
But like, prayer would be a lot shorter.
Yeah. So I feel like the difference is when you're in prayer is like you are speaking to God or source, universe, whatever you want to refer to, but you're speaking to that higher intelligence, whether you're asking like for clarity, but you're having a conversation like, hey, like, I need clarity on this, like this is what I want. And when you're in meditation, it's almost like you're silent and you're just hearing and listening for the answers. So that's kind of like the little difference. Yeah.
It's beautiful. You kind of just sit, right?
You kind of just sit and you like
vibe.
Let it vibe. And a lot of times like thoughts come through, right? Like in class, like I teach yoga, and it's like, I know the yoga teacher, observe your thoughts. You're like, oh my God, just quiet the mind. Like, it's not about quieting your mind, because I say this all the time in class. I'm like, and I'm a very...
You can't quiet the mind.
Yeah, I'm like, this bitch is always going to be talking. The mind's always talking.
The narration in your head.
Yeah, it's like... So
it's always got something to say.
Always. So if you can just sit back and be like, damn, this does not stop talking. Like, okay, cool. I'm hearing it, and I'm just going to observe you. Like, that's pretty funny. Okay, let's put it over here, and now let's focus on this for now.
Let's walk, not run.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. And I love what you're doing. So you're actually teaching these classes, right? Like,
yeah.
So what do people do? Do you have like a course set up, or do they just reach out to you online? Or?
So I have a couple different ways. I teach at a few studios, and I sub at a couple places, but I work out with this one spot, and I have all of my yoga program there, and then I also have a virtual platform that I teach, and then I have like my privates, and then I have retreats. So it's kind of like all in the sphere of health, wellness, yoga, meditation, movement, medicine. Like, it's just bringing the human back to homeostasis, back to balance, and back to connection to their spiritual essence.
Beautiful.
So I
what
do
about
that
nutrition? Do you involve nutrition at all?
So I used to actually be a personal trainer, and I used to do diets for people, and I did the whole thing. Like, I can make you look however you want. I got you. Like, let's do it. Now I kind of, and you realize that because where I was, like, being healthy is so much more than the food that's on your plate. Like, that's like the last thing. So I do coach on it, to kind of give people information on, for them to realize how this is your temple, right? It's the essence and it's the embodiment of where you meet with God is in here. Thanks. So if you are putting like toxic products on or eating like toxic food or whatever, it's like, and I say it in a way that is like, you got to love yourself and your essence. And like, you know what? I'm too royal to eat this garbage or whatever this is. Or like, I'm too divine to like not move my body or to not go take a walk. Like when you start looking at yourself as like, I am an embodiment of God in this human vessel. Like, thank you so much. You start to show up differently for yourself. Like if you knew that you were God, you're not going to be treating yourself like whatever. Like, oh my, this is God. Like, let me put the red carpet. Like, damn. So if you start looking at yourself like that, the way they show up for yourself changes.
Facts.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
And even when you were saying like, you know, in the morning and the evening for meditation, I think that's so beautiful. And that's such a good way to practice. And I say this as well when people come to class. I'm like, we are the essence of love, right? At the vibrational state, we are unconditional love. Means no condition necessary to choose love. We can choose it because we can. Condition comes from the mind. So because you are an embodiment of love, that's your root. And we know where we put our focus on, right, our energy, that becomes enhanced. So if you're focusing on negative, you're going to see more negative. So it's like where you place your focus, you enhance that energy. So when you are meditating and you're focusing on your inner self for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour, what are you essentially focusing on? Love, because you're love. So when you get out, you're like, wow, I feel so great. Oh my God. Like, of course you do, because you were focusing on your love, because you're love for an hour. Amazing. Yeah, it's powerful. We're powerful. We are the magic.
It's just like the gym, like working out, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're like dreading going, but when you leave there, you're like, wow, you feel great. No, I'm glad I got that in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we are also like we're chemistry. Our bodies are chemicals, right? You have an emotion, it releases a chemical reaction. So if you can learn to like biohack that or manipulate it, it's like, damn, I'm releasing chemicals with a negative emotion, I'm releasing chemicals with a positive emotion. So when you go to the gym, you're in the present moment, you're breathing, so you're already inhaling, and exhaling is releasing old energy, and now you're sweating and you're forcing, so you're releasing chemicals toxins in your body, like happy neurons. And it's like, damn, so you actually realize you are the magic, and you just got to learn how to stimulate yourself without needing the exterior stimulation. And when you can find that, then you're empowered. It's like, I got it all. I don't need anything out here.
Then you're in the game.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, that's so cool. I love how you were able to like develop this whole philosophy. Yeah.
Every time that Mark and I are on the way here, I say, God, so what's the reason that we're gonna be on this podcast tonight? And he always comes through.
I'm telling you, it's always
talking
really
about current events.
Special.
Let's talk about what's been on my mind, guys. Let's talk about that.
What's up?
No, I'm saying everything that she's talking about is it's been going on in my head.
No, but I did. Now
so
that you say the current events thing, I did want to talk about a couple of things. I don't know.
Yeah, let's go.
Are you up like on the news and stuff, like entertainment
like what?
stuff?
Yeah.
Like, you know, this is Fuego Talk, so I like to get people's
we
opinions
gotta
on
get
things.
spicy in here.
Yeah, there's a couple things that are going on right now that like the thing with P. Diddy. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, with Cassie, the settlement thing.
I kind of saw it, but I was really like, okay, bye. Yeah. But tell me a little bit about it.
Cassie, for some reason, put some type of lawsuit on Diddy. Saying, like a rape and like what was it?
Domestic violence, drugging her, forcing her to have sexual.
I was like, bro, weren't they even like married at one point?
Bro.
Huh?
Honestly, no, I don't believe they were married.
But yeah, still together.
But they were together for a while.
But they were together
like
publicly
years.
for like 10 years.
That's
almost.
what I'm saying.
What?
And
so it's crazy. And now they've been broken up for, I don't know, X amount of years.
Like 4 or 5 years, I think.
Has it been only 4 or 5?
I believe so. It
Really?
hasn't been that long.
Well, now she comes back and hits him with a lawsuit.
Like jabbing him with this. That's so wild.
No, but he quickly like settled.
For
like,
sure.
Yeah, like
24
she put the lawsuit
hours.
in, like 24, 48 hours.
He's like, girl, hush. Just here.
Yeah,
just
he's like,
get out of here.
Just
quiet the noise. Yeah.
So what do you think in terms of being someone who's spiritual? Look at it from a spiritual perspective. Would you say someone would settle that quick because they're guilty, or would you say that someone would settle that quick just because they don't want to deal with with the drama?
Yeah, I mean, you know,
that's crazy.
What just came to my mind first, like I've followed Diddy forever, and he's just like an OG, like he's amazing. I don't know. I feel like he may be in a space where he can look at her and be like, this little girl is just like causing this noise, and like maybe seeing where she's maybe replying in this way and doing this from like a trauma informed space and like just trying to get attention or whatever. And he's just like, here you go, like just quiet and like goodbye. You know, I feel like maybe
Dismissed.
that's the energy. Yeah.
Okay.
Like
This check is going to be for closure.
yeah. I mean, but that's me saying, but who knows the real like behind it.
No,
right?
no, of
But
course. Yeah. I mean, we
makes
don't
sense, though.
know either.
Yeah.
We're trying to find out.
We don't know. Yeah, that's why I just wanted to get your take on it.
Yeah.
I know that he's got a lot going on right now.
Uh-huh.
Like he's being also accused of the Tupac, of the murder of Tupac. I don't know if you know about
Oh
that.
no, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, like that's something también that I know
Wow.
it's like looming over his head. So I can
Yeah,
imagine.
Bueno,
someone
you know-
finally got charged because of they found DNA, I think, or something, or
What?
Yeah, not of his,
something.
but the guy that actually is getting charged right
He
now.
claims
currently,
he's a hitman.
Keefe D. He is being charged for the murder of Tupac Shakur.
Wow.
and while they're doing that case with him and they're trying to charge him or whatever they're about to, he claims that
His
he
confession.
was paid.
Yeah, his confession is that Puff Daddy paid them $1 million
my goodness.
to do the hit on Tupac.
Wow.
So you know.
Bueno, you never know then. And nothing is chance. So if that's all coming onto his head right now, then boy, maybe that's your
Yeah.
karma. You got to pay back in this
Yeah.
lifetime.
You know, and it's the same. I
And
feel the same
now
like
now
you said,
people
yeah.
are coming out. Kimora Lee Simmons, she made like a comment on her story and she was like, "As you reap, you shall sow." And then like people are starting to dig out Kim Porter, and people are like, "Well, I hope that they find out what really happened to Kim Porter." And then I
Damn.
read in the comments, "Wait, wasn't she coming out with a book?" Like it gets good.
Wow.
It gets deep, yeah.
Wow.
And it's crazy because, like you said, I look at Diddy like an OG, like a
Yeah,
legend.
yeah,
For
like,
sure. I mean,
he's one
imagine.
of the guys, you know, Biggie,
sure,
and, you know, he's
yeah.
legendary.
It's hard to
producer, and
take
Mary J,
away,
and
you
yeah.
know, those
you
those
can't
virtues.
take away his contributions, but the thing is that
But
and
yeah,
he's got a
he's-
lot of issues coming his way right now. I
That's
don't
wild,
know.
man.
Yeah, I don't know
Damn.
what's going on. So, yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to get your take on it because you know,
For sure. I
you
mean,
being from that era, you know, like
yeah,
you-
I was
you-
like, damn, he
you
was
know,
the vibe. What happened?
Yeah, I know, right?
But I mean, like, again, I feel like all karma in this lifetime is paid in this lifetime. And who knows where he was at. Like,
Who
I
knows,
know.
right?
Yeah, man. I mean, he's been around for so long in the game. Like,
Right.
you don't ever know.
At that level, because
Yeah.
he's been like at the top level
For
for
sure.
a very long time.
Yes, like he has
For
not
many
moved from there, and
decades,
it's like
yeah.
very rare that a
Yeah.
celebrity or an artist stays up there for that many years.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
there.
So our prayers are definitely with Diddy, man. We hope that everything is, you know, working itself out, man. And you know,
For
I hope
sure.
I hope
Let
he
it flow.
I hope he remains innocent, man. You know, in this country, we're all innocent till proven
Proven
guilty.
Till proven
guilty.
guilty.
So
Facts,
let's see what
facts.
happens. I know he's got those cases looming right now, and
Mm-hmm.
it's
All
kind of
shall
crazy.
be
Yeah.
back to universal balance. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, that's what it is.
Wild.
There was another thing. What was it that?
That I wanted to ask.
What was
Do you agree with people raising all these protests and about foreign foreign affairs?
Like
you
the
think
Russia-Ukraine conflict, like what's going on now with Israel-Palestine. Like, what do you what are your
Do you
what
think
is your
that's
take on
healthy
that?
for America? Like for us to be
For us to even get
Bro,
involved
it's
in those
so
things?
crazy. Oh my god. And it's wild. Like when this happened with Israel and Palestine, I was actually in Costa Rica, and man, it just hit me, like how I was talking to you earlier about, you know, mental health and whatever, and that just hit me. And I remember I was like, we were in the car for like 3 hours driving somewhere, and I was like, and I just started like crying, and I was like, this is insane. Like, what humanity? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And my only take on this always is gonna be pro peace, bro. Like pro fucking peace. And it's not even anti-war. It's like pro peace. Like fuck war, bro. Don't even put that in here. And it's like, it's just wild to me how it doesn't matter. Like, oh, we gotta defend this and defend. Like, crime is wrong. Like, violence to me is like that should not exist. Like, and it baffles me how, you know, your people in general can commit such a crime or like kill something so innocent, and it's like there's not like one part of you like at all that thinks that this is wrong. Like, what?
Yeah.
So for me, and I think, you know, the news, right? Like, again, like I was saying, like where we put our energy and our focus is what we enhance. And there's only two vibrations, right? Love or fear. We're either in, we cannot be in both. So you're either in a state of fear, which is feeding the ego, which is feeding this three-dimensional, which is pulling us from our power, or we are in a state of love, which is the state of God. So when the news puts all this out, I get it. We're here to like witness and learn, right? But how you receive the news is two different ways. So like, for example, like old school parents, I'm sure my mom, she watches like, oh my God, like worried and like all in this, like, okay, that's why I don't watch. Energy. Yeah, I'm like, I don't need this. Yeah. We're good.
Well, but it's like a proven fact that watching the news gives you like
1000%.
It gives you
la
like
presión alta.
Yeah, it lowers your blood pressure.
Imagínate. Right? Like, yeah. So what is that doing? A bunch of humans are watching the news and they're like, oh, and now all these humans are coming into a state of fear. And what is that doing as a collective energy to our Earth? Absolutely. It's putting the vibration super low. So if you're watching this news, and I watched it and I cried and I was like, oh my gosh, but I'm not here in fear. I'm looking at it and I'm like, we need to pray for fucking humanity and just pray pro peace, like, and just envision, right? And I do my meditations. I meditate for how I want to see humanity as a whole. So it's like being able to witness humanity in its highest vibration of like only love. So it's like for humans to take in whatever happens instead of fighting each other, because that's the purpose of why the news does it, so we can go against each other and fight each other. Right. Because they know if we come together, we're stronger as one unit.
Real talk.
So focus on, damn, this is fucked up. Like how can I help this? By not feeding it, by embodying the light, by embodying the love, by becoming pro peace and like envisioning a higher energy for what is happening and like praying for the people, but not feeding that like, oh, this is better, this side and that side. Like, bro, we're not divided. And that's the biggest problem is like the news and all media tries to divide us and put us in fear. And that's
not
the
everything
opposite.
Is so binary like that. It's not just black and white.
Right.
There's a lot more to life, man.
Yes, 100%.
I do agree with you. Okay.
That was great.
Yeah, no, she's awesome. She's really really
you guys
good.
are amazing.
No, you're amazing. Okay, so we have this segment called Rapid Fuego.
Dale.
That's why I'm looking at my notes. Don't think
I'm
not texting anybody. I'm just looking at my notes because we don't have it down pat yet. It's like a new segment that we've been working on. So it's just we'll just come up like with two things, and it's this or that, and then you just choose.
Okay.
Go.
Okay.
Let's go.
So high heels or sneakers?
Oof, damn, that's hard, man.
We always get them with that one.
Probably sneakers, man. I'm gonna lie.
Yeah, sneakers.
Yeah.
You seem like a sneakers type of girl. Yeah. Okay, Rihanna or Beyonce?
Ooh, Rihanna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like Queen Bee?
She's good, but she's a little bit like, I don't know, Rihanna's just hot. Like I like her. Beyonce's a vibe, but she's a little bit extra. I'm like, girl, do your thing. I'm here supporting, but it's a little extra for me.
It's a little too much Sasha
Rihanna's
Fierce.
like a little sexy, like I don't know, she's fierce. I like her.
She's fly, yeah.
Yeah.
She got that island vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
she's like a
that.
cool vibe. Yeah.
Okay, massage or facial?
Ooh.
That's hard.
Damn, bro. Probably massage.
Yeah?
Just because I like the body, man.
The full body. Yeah. Okay, dogs or cats?
Oh my God, these are so hard. I have to say dog. Because I have a little dog and she's amazing. But cats are fucking awesome too, actually.
Okay. Cooking or eating out?
Probably cooking, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
You like to cook? Yeah.
Yeah.
Leos love to cook, and they cook
what's
good.
What's your favorite type of food?
Not to cook, but my favorite type of food is, I got two, Mediterranean and Costa Rican food, because I feel like Costa Rican food, you got the three best. You got Cuban, you got Mexican, and Peruvian. Like, you can't lose there, bro. You got
really?
You got it all. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know Costa Rican food is like that. It's
yeah, bro.
like
they got like gallo pinto, which is like con gris, like moros. Then they have like tostones. They have tacos, like Mexico.
Dope.
And they have like ceviche. I'm like, bro, you got everything here. This
you guys
is great.
got everything.
Yeah.
You guys are
they're
the
right
best
in
of all
they're
worlds.
right there in the middle of like South America and Central America.
Yeah, exactly.
So they have a little mix of everything.
Yes, they're a vibe.
Okay.
Vibes.
If you could be any animal, which one would it be and why?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Come on, you can't guess, bro. I'm gonna give you a little hint right there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
La Leona.
La Leona, huh?
La Leona.
Leo. She's a Leo. Okay, you want to take it from here, Eunice?
Yeah, sure. Let's go. All right. So, what's the worst job you've ever had?
Oh Lord. Oh my gosh. Okay, there was this one. It wasn't bad, but my first job ever was so funny. I was like 15 and I worked at Champs at the mall. That wasn't the worst job, but that was just I was like, I was so lost.
At
People
Westland? At Westfield?
At Westland Mall. I worked at Champs right there. I remember somebody would ask me for a shoe. On the sides, I would go to the back. I finally found the shoe. I was like, fuck, what size did they ask me for?
Oh my God.
Terrible. But no, my worst job was probably at one moment, I didn't even know I was like in transit. I had a lot of different jobs. But I was randomly selling like some cheap ass makeup like going to offices and trying to sell the makeup for like $20. I'm like, what am I doing?
Door to door.
Yeah, door to door
Doing
sales.
door-to-door
I was
with
like,
makeup.
this is not even my vibe. I don't even like makeup like this.
Do you even wear makeup?
No, I'm like
You
so
seem
basic.
like- yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like
you're
so
like-
natural.
Because
Yeah.
you're like naturally beautiful.
Yeah,
I
thank
didn't
you.
You
know
want to
you
know
did
what's
makeup.
funny? I had to do the same thing. Like, I do love makeup, like doing it, like the actual art of
Yeah,
makeup,
yeah.
but I don't wear it every day or anything like that. So it was
Right.
hard for me to sell it too. And I worked there for 3 days. And
3
my
days.
situation was just as bad as yours. It wasn't like door to door, but it was
Like pretty much.
the same thing in the
Yeah.
mall. Like, hey, come here.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you're like the weirdo.
So
it's like,
terrible. I'm like,
The
oh,
middle of the mall type shit.
yeah.
The
like, not a
harassment
vibe.
squad.
Come, sit in my
Bang,
chair.
bang.
Yeah, yeah.
No. It was bad. All right. So name something that makes you smile.
Oh, probably my niece and nephew. They're awesome. Yeah,
Really?
my niece and nephew.
That's so
And,
cute.
Yeah, they're just like cool ass kids, man. They're just funny. I love to see them in their essence. Like they know what they love. Like
How old are they?
my niece is 15 and she's a phenomenal actress. Like
Okay.
she's like a little badass. I watch her and she's done a lot of performances. And every time I see her, I'm like, damn, this girl's like a badass on stage.
That's what's up.
And my nephew's 10 and he's so smart. Like this kid is the most well-rounded child. He's like, he has such a quick mouth and he's so slick. I'm like, this little kid. But he's super smart on the computer. He's like hacked a bunch of games. He's like really smart at creating programs. And then he's really great at sports. And he's so cute. I'm like, dude, you have like everything. What? And he's just a funny kid. Like he's a funny kid. He's a negotiator. I'm like, bro, this child is hilarious.
And these are
You
the
see how
children
much-
of your
My
sister.
sister. Yeah.
You see how much how she talks about her niece and nephew? I'm sure she's the cool tia to them.
For sure.
I'm sure they talk about her the same way. Oh man, my tia Vanessa. Oh my god.
Yeah, they're so cool. I love them.
That's amazing. So what's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Ooh. You know, it's funny. Something I think that we hear a lot, and I finally now I'm like, yeah, bro, fuck that. Like, I feel it. And it's so simple, but it's take nothing personal. Take nothing personal. It sounds like such a simple thing, but I have finally been able to, like, implement it. And it's literally, like, right, people, we get triggered a lot by certain things, right? You go around, somebody cuts you off, you're like, oh, my God, and you get triggered.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you, and this is what yoga teaches you, to not react from a discomfort. You just breathe and you're like, all right, cool. But if somebody says something or somebody snaps at you or whatever it is, like, always remember, whatever's happening is coming out of that person's body, not you. So that's not you. That's within them.
Absolutely.
And even to say violence, right? People that create violence, it's sad to say, but it's like they have so much of that within them that they have nowhere else to put it but other than outside of them. Wow. So take nothing personal. It's like, just
Take
like,
notes, y'all. Take notes.
Take
She's
notes.
giving,
Right
she's
here,
giving
she
you guys
just dropped the
jewels.
jewels.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. Very, very true.
All right. Vanessa, name something you love to do on the weekends.
So I'm a,
Sleep.
I know, yeah, sleeping's amazing, yo. Sleeping is like, y'all need
I know
sleep.
them Leos need them naps.
how
Yeah,
many-
the cat naps, you know.
Wait, because I need to ask you, how many hours of sleep is good sleep?
I mean, it depends. I have, like, I'll go some nights where it's only like 6, 7, and then other days that I just need to recharge, and I go like 9 hours. But it depends on, like, especially the work that I do. So if I gave out a lot of energy, like, that kind of plays a toll in, like, how much I sleep.
9 hours, she sleeps like a lioness for real.
Claro, you gotta.
La leona está durmiendo,
Claro que sí.
déjala
anything.
tranquila.
They don't even hear anything when they're sleeping.
I'm like, bye. It's so good.
All right,
That's
so the
awesome.
last one. What's at the top of your bucket list?
Oof. Wow, there's a few. So definitely, I want to visit Thailand, Bali, like Indonesia, Asia. I have not gone there, and it's somewhere that I totally want to go.
I've seen so many pictures and videos of that, and it's amazing. You should definitely go.
It looks super magical, and I want to kind of be there like for a while.
Bali, you said Bali?
Bali, Indonesia, yeah, and Thailand.
It's super inexpensive, I've heard also,
yeah, it
and
is.
everything is really modern.
Yes.
The food is amazing. I've seen so many videos on
Yeah,
that
that's
place.
definitely
I'm just
Should
worried
definitely
about
go.
going
Plan
to
trip.
that side of the world right now.
It's just so
it's
far, bro.
crazy.
I know,
Yeah, it's
too.
crazy, man.
But I mean,
And there's a lot of turmoil over there in that side right now.
Bro,
Mhm,
but
right
the
now.
views are insane.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
have everything you could think of there.
it's so
Really?
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have like everything is so bohemian, like oh my
The
God.
boho vibes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
it's
love
super
it.
nice. I love it too. Yeah.
But
That's it.
yeah, that's crazy. I mean, last time I saw Vietnam was in the pictures that my brother brought back from. My brother was a Vietnam vet.
Oh, dang.
Like all those pictures.
Yeah.
Definitely gives you a different insight of the place, I would say.
Yeah. I've just heard also that the energy there is like so light and it's just different. And when you travel, you know, it just like enlightens you too. So it's somewhere that I've been wanting to go for a long time. So I really am like wanting to go there for sure.
Bali.
Yeah.
So that's
My 2 friends that have been there, it has been like to retreat, like to get the hell away from America.
Yeah, 100%.
And it worked out. Actually,
yeah, dude. And again, I lead retreats in Costa Rica for that purpose, like to get you out of the everyday, take you away, so you can feel your body start to come back into like this homeostasis. Yeah, exactly. You start to vibe with it. You're like, oh my gosh, like this is what I am. Like, yeah. But I've heard that because I know Hinduism is a very like they practice a lot of the things that I teach in yoga, which I didn't even know. I was like, oh, I say that stuff? Cool. I didn't even know that was Hindu. But I've heard that the energy and the people are like very light and it's all about like caring about the other person like yourself. Like these basic principles, right, that are taught in the Bible, but they like live it there and it's beautiful. So it's something that I'm like, damn, I really want to like experience being there for like.
Is it in India where the cows are like sacred? Yeah, right?
In India, yeah.
And in Cuba too.
In Cuba? No, in Cuba they don't exist.
Pobrecita, las flaquitas.
She said in Cuba
I was being sarcastic because you can't kill them though.
But you can't find a cow in Cuba.
And if you do is having un wing de flaco, oh my God.
For real.
Yeah.
I heard about somebody who got 11 years for killing the cow.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Wow.
That's really terrible.
Yeah.
Imagine, bro. Those people out there,
I know.
our people, man, they're dying.
My people.
That's crazy. I never heard of that.
Yeah, no. Cuba's in a terrible state right now.
They got the biggest hearts there, man.
Yeah.
All love.
Yeah. No, and just great people, man, all around. But it's just that government, man, that system.
Crazy
is just,
right now. Yes, absolutely.
It is what it is. I have faith that soon.
Same.
Cuba will be free.
Yeah, we have to just keep holding that vision.
Yeah, I believe so.
Same.
Okay. So there's another little segment that I like to play.
Okay.
It's called Fuego versus Smoke.
Okay.
All right. So
Let's
we just
see what
bring
she's
up.
gonna choose.
Yeah. So we just bring up a person, place, or thing, and then you tell us if you like it,
It's
if
good
you
or
vibe
bad.
it.
Good or bad.
If it's good, it's Fuego.
Okay.
And if it's not, then it's smoke. You got smoke with that shit. Like fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, dale, let's go.
So I gotta ask you the first one.
Oh.
Donald Trump.
Bro. Oh my Lord.
We're gonna make
Fuego
like a
or
little clip
smoke?
of that. It's gonna turn into a meme. Watch.
just her reaction, bro.
It's a joke, man. I mean, it's probably better than what the hell we got right now, but
I think so.
I don't do politics. Like, I'm just
No, at all.
no. But if I had to choose, yeah, I would. What we have right
Definitely
now, I
we
don't
need
even
Trump
think
back.
this guy is a fucking human being. Like, this guy can't even talk, so it's terrible. I think that
Yeah.
Trump
Not a
being
human
here,
being.
I really don't think that he's human. I'm like, bro, you are probably a fucking robot, and they're just feeding you these lines.
Crazy. Right?
But
It's
I think
that bad. Yes.
it is that bad.
I just definitely think he's just definitely too old to be standing in that position.
I really don't think he's
And
a human.
He's not.
Like,
I don't
really
know. I don't know
don't.
about that, but I wouldn't go that far. But I definitely know that he's definitely like a little bit past his prime.
100, and
And
it's
we
just
don't need that right now. This country needs a strong leader, man.
yeah. I think that Donald Trump, he talks a lot of shit, but I think that that's what makes him good in being in that position.
There you
Slightly
go.
controversial, but
No,
he's the
100%,
man for
man.
the job.
I agree with that for sure, for sure.
Okay.
This is wild.
You got somebody? Eunice?
Yeah.
What you got?
Kanye West. Smoke or Fuego.
Oh, damn. I mean, he was.
Sorry, we throwing the Geminis at you.
I'm like, damn. Now, I don't know. I feel like right now is smoke, bro. But there was a moment there, like when he came out with his album, that it was talking about God. I was like, bro, this nigga is lit. Like
Jesus,
he's on some
yeah.
shit. And then I heard like he had like a 3-hour interview with, I forgot who it was. And I heard the whole shit in 3 hours. I was like, damn, this dude was going in.
That was the Drink Champs.
Yes, that's right.
That was the Drink Champs
Yeah.
interview. Yes.
And I mean, I fucked
went
with it. There
in,
was a lot of
yeah.
things he went in. I was like, okay,
Shouts
cool.
to the Drink Champs, man.
But it
That's
was like
the-
a very, it was a really fine line. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I was kind of vibing with him, but I don't know. Like, he's a little bit like in the air for me right now. I mean, he speaks his fucking truth, man. He lives that shit like a king. And I'm like, go for that shit. Go for it. Cool.
He could do it.
Yeah.
He's in the position to do it.
Yeah.
He ain't I always say he's not wrong with a lot of things he's saying.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
it's all about, like you said, it's all about how you react to it.
Yes. And he's very like in control of that. And he's super fucking confident. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I gotta ask you, what about Drake?
Uh-huh.
Fuego or Smoke? You like Drake or no?
No, I do. I fuck with him.
Yeah?
I think he's cool. I like his music. I like his vibe. I haven't really ever met him, but I'm not that girl. It's like, oh my God, Drake, oh my God. Like, he's cool, man.
Like
I just am not that girl. Like, I've never been like a starstruck person. I actually was starstruck when I met an author. I was like, oh my God, you're fucking amazing. Your brain is amazing.
You're into books. You're into books.
She's a sapiosexual, guys.
Yeah.
Totally am, bro. Totally am.
So are you into like hip hop? Do you like listen to music?
Yeah. Yeah.
You got anything else? Anybody else?
Let me think. Let's go a little Hispanic for a second, okay?
Go.
Do you like Romeo Santos?
I can't really even, like, I've heard of him and I'm sure I've heard his music, but I can't tell you exactly like who the guy is.
Romeo Santos is the legendary.
That says a lot, ladies. You guys gotta stop.
Bachata. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, dance vibes. You put me the music, I'm gonna hit it. I'm dance for sure.
Are you into bachata?
That's great.
I could dance. Yeah, I like all types of music. I love to dance Spanish music. I love to dance bachata, salsa with a good salsero is fucking vibes. I love to dance reggae. Just literally like all types of music, like little Afro beats, like vibes.
Yeah.
Dance for me is like my shit.
Reggaeton, perreo, all that.
All of it, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta get that in there too. That Cubanness has to come out, yo.
What about Bad Bunny?
Bad Bunny's a vibe, man. I'm not gonna
Fuego?
lie. Yeah.
Fuego. Acho, vaya, mira, está cabrón el Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Está metiéndole duro, papi.
Los boricua.
Yeah, bro. It was funny. He's cool.
Yeah.
He's cool.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Anything else? You got any last Fuego versus Smoke options?
I really can't think of something.
No. Pitbull. What about Pitbull?
Oh my gosh, Pitbull, bro.
Hometown MVP.
Let's
Come on.
do it for the
real.
305.
Fuego.
305.
Dale.
Fuego or Smoke?
Fuego 305. Let's go,
Fuego.
Pitbull.
It's Fuego. It's
Fuego all day,
Fuego.
That guy was on it, man. When he came out, what? He was smart, bro.
Yeah.
Collabing with everybody. He's He's a cool energy, bro.
It was
cool
lit.
guy.
Calle Ochos was lit back in
Absolutely.
the Pitbull days.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Shout out to my brother Pit.
Yo,
man.
For
shout out
sure.
Pitbull 305.
Yeah. Good
And my
energy.
AO.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Vanessa, man, thank you so much for coming
Thank
and sharing
you.
this time with us, man. To me, it's very special, and I just want to let you know you're part of our Fuego family now.
Yes,
Thank
you are
you.
now part of our
Thank you.
Fuego familia.
So
Thank
anything
you.
you have, any announcements you want to make moving forward, you hit us up. You come through whenever you want.
Vibes, bro.
Yes, we're
Yeah,
always
we
here for
catch
you.
up periodically with
Yes.
all the,
Yes,
all the
yes.
fam.
No, we
Vibes.
definitely got to catch up whenever
For
you want,
sure.
man.
Let's
We're
do
here.
it.
Yes.
Vibes.
What?
What's her plans in the next few years?
Okay. Where do you see? Where do you see everything going?
Yeah,
When-
before we wrap
Where do
up,
you see
what do
this
you
movement,
see
this
yourself?
Triple M movement going? Let's say 5 years down the line. Where do you see yourself?
Movement, medicine, meditation. So my goal is to open up my yoga studio here in Miami. To kind
As
of
it
put
will.
in. Sorry.
As it will, manifest
Yeah, girl,
it.
absolutely. Opening up a yoga space in Miami, and also having a space in Costa Rica. I want to create like a center there, because I kind of do what I do in retreats and like day events here in Miami, and I want to create a center there for like that kind of like holistic healing, where it's bringing humans to their essence of homeostasis, of balance, of connecting to their spirit.
You like Costa Rica, huh?
I love Costa Rica, dude.
Pura vida.
Pura vida, bro. They have
Yeah.
no army. The people are beautiful. The energy is beautiful. They care about nature. Like, it's just such a like
vibe.
sanctuary there.
San Jose.
They have no
San
army
Jose,
because
they
they
don't
feel
have an
no
army.
need for it.
Yeah, they don't have an army, bro. So shit goes to war. Like, peace, bro. I'm going to Costa Rica.
Wow, I didn't know that. You learn
It's
something new every
beautiful.
day.
San Jose is very like city vibes.
So where do you go in Costa Rica?
I've gone like all over. I really enjoy the Pacific side. Like Guanacaste province is super pretty. And just like being whatever you want as far as like nature, they have it all. There's like beaches, there's jungles, there's waterfalls, there's like zip line, there's river rafting, there's like there's everything. It's like, wow. I want to be able to have a space there so that I can have like a self-sustaining property and grow like all my natural food and have that
All
have
organic.
that as well. Yeah.
That's what's up.
All organic, yeah.
Wow, looking forward to
Yeah,
that. We're definitely
for
going to be
sure.
members there. We'll come through.
Absolutely,
We'll
dude.
come live on the
Yeah.
compound when we go to Costa Rica.
I'm gonna be in Nicaragua, like
Oh,
in
yeah?
the neighboring land,
Nice, bro.
but
That's like right next door.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Me voy a
I'm gonna be
estar
the
allá
neighbor,
con-
la vecina.
Like,
pero
oye, ven pa' acá.
Con todos los
Sí.
majes allá en Nicaragua.
cuando quiera a little bit more seafood than what I'm used to in Nicaragua, I'll go over there.
Vibes.
So let them know where they can follow you, Vanessa, and keep up with everything you got going.
Thank you. You can follow me on my social media is Vanessa VANESSA _MMM. Life is amazing.
Life is good.
So good. And that's kind of my handle for everything. So my Spotify is the same thing. My YouTube.
You're on Spotify?
Yeah. I mean, I don't
For
have
meditation, right?
Well, that's coming in the works, but I curate like a lot of playlists, and music is really big for me. So I'm kind of tapping into like
music, or you just put together playlists?
I put together playlists. I'm tapping into like the little DJ vibes because I really love music.
Oh my God, I love that.
Thanks.
That's cool.
And then on Spotify, eventually, yes, I'm gonna put like meditations there. I'm looking to open up an app though to be able to put in there like meditations, yoga sessions, nutrition, like all the things there. But the Spotify is just, it's a vibe. If you love music, vibe with music with me, then we're on the same page.
That's a beautiful
It's
thing.
nice. Yeah.
Thank you so much again for coming.
Thank you so much.
You
It's been
are
a vibe.
a beautiful gem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks
So
for
good.
being here. It was amazing.
So
Yes.
good.
There was not one dull moment. We were learning the whole time.
Yeah, the
Love
whole
it.
time. Yes, that movement is
That
is
Life is
positivity.
amazing.
Yes, man. So you already know what it is, man. You be the underboss.
Already know.
Eunice the
Good
Virgo
night.
Goddess, the one and only Vanessa.
It was a vibe.
Como es? Movement, medicine, meditation.
Yay.
Yes, you already
Life
know what
is
it is,
good.
man. Shouts to the big bro, Danny Boy, Mark the Shooter. You already
the
know, man.
Shooter.
The
I
whole
love you,
family in the
baby.
house. Philip Banks, love you, bro. You already know.
Night.
Fuego Talk, and we out. Let it ride, let it ride, let it ride, let it. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, it's amazing. It's just conversations, man. Vibe. We talk about what I like. I'm gonna be here talking about it.